there's like this really, really distinct moment around Barack Obama's presidency, the first run, just like 2007, 2008. If you even look at social, not just shows in popular culture, though I will mention those shows in popular culture, all of us grew up with The Fresh Prince. That show, none of those jokes make sense unless you can imagine that Black people have class and that they have classes. You don't understand how you're making fun of Carlton unless you understand that Will Smith is different from him. And you also have Uncle Phil somehow able to hold on to his Blackness while still being upper class.
We're capable of understanding this. Yes.
Yeah. It's all in your face. It's there in the Cosby Show. It's there in the write-ups of the Cosby Show. It's there, and this is going back to the 70s. I'm leaving out a bunch of sitcoms, but I just want everyone to know I am aware of the Jeffersons and all that.
Yeah.
But class is a part of it. And you get a lot of conversations also about class conflict. Every major Black civil rights leader throughout the 90s, I can almost guarantee you has at least one quote where they come out against hip hop, rap, and that fashion and the Black poor. You have that hostility. And to give an academic flavor to this, in 2007, you have a Pew poll where you ask Black people of different economic levels whether or not they think the values of Black people at different classes, poor and middle class, are so divergent now that Black people no longer constitute a single race. And almost half thought that Black people no longer constituted a single race, and the Black poor were the most likely to think that the values had diverged across the classes. But then you have Barack Obama. And this is why I think this moment is interesting. Prior to Barack Obama, Black communities were a part of the filtration process. Like anytime you're watching documentaries on Black civil rights leaders, Black political leaders, almost all of them had to start off organizing, often through the Black church, and they came up in these neighborhoods. And so the neighborhoods knew them, and they were talked about within Black political newspapers. And so it was only when you kind of became king of, for lack of a better term, a charismatic leader in that circuit, and all these local Black people had already approved you, that you might then be presented as like the king of all Black people that, say, like a JFK or somebody would work with. But Black communities were part of that process. With Barack Obama, you have this moment where they're going direct to white audiences. Suddenly, white liberals, white Democrats are very interested in having, this connection to Blackness, which reads as like radical. It reads as almost this ultimate way of showing that you are not conservative and that you are not the Republicans, is that you have Black leadership. Barack Obama didn't have to, he was an organizer, but when you look at interviews and people talking, they were very aware that he wasn't from that community, that he was very academic, that he had a different experience. I'm not saying he wouldn't have won them over eventually, but he didn't have to, quote unquote, earn his stripes in the same way, because now he could talk directly to white audiences. And from Barack Obama on, you have this situation where you can be a Black person raised in Vermont, completely isolated from any Black person, raised entirely around white people. And then once you get to Columbia or wherever you're going to go, and you decide to create something that features Black people, you can just deliver that directly to white audiences who will just accept you as authentically the Black voice.